Okay, so here we are, NeworkSteelo, with the update of the changes that I've done to the sump, as well as a quick, I just wanted to show you guys that the skimmer has broken in. It takes some time for brand new skimmers to break in. I installed this skimmer the day before yesterday. I ended up finishing around 12:30 before my girl was nagging on me, and I got upset and just left the house for a couple of hours, came back at 4 o'clock in the morning, and then set up the 30 gallon. So it is now what, here's the time, it's 12:53. So it's been about 48 hours that the skimmer's been running, as you can see here. And it has, when I got home today around 7 p.m. I noticed that here in the foam tower it started to collect this brown stuff, but the skimming wasn't actually going over the cup yet. So I realized that the skimmer started to break in, and as you can see now, it has broken in, because within the last couple of hours, you can see the skimming that it has collected here, and you can see that the foam is still, the skimmer needs to break in a lot more. And the thing is about these skimmers is that the key to it is patience. You need patience for the skimmer to break in itself. You also need patience to be able to fine-tune the skimmer. So when you get a skimmer of this caliber, you have to kind of play with it in small increments. Now let's take a look at the way I have it set up, because it seems like everyone that has this skimmer, if you go to, say, Marine Depot and look up the customer reviews, or if you go to online and just look up the EV240 or the 180, and you're gonna see that there are just so many people that have praised this skimmer. And the very few that, you know, they don't know how to fine-tune the skimmer, you know, they don't understand the concept behind the skimmer. What makes this skimmer so effective is the fact that it has a very large body, and the sheer force of this really quiet Mag 18 pump is really quiet, and even more quieter than my Mag 9. Why? Because it came with a foam that had a sticky substance on it that allows you to put it under the so it's really not making any noises or humming or anything like that. I actually have to clean the input of it because there's some snails kind of you know, walking around in the front of it. But major upgrade from the old EV240. This bad boy uses a 1-inch tubing to inject the water into the spray injector. Now when the water enters the skimmer, right, the amount of water flow that is flowing through the skimmer is going to create some turbulence in the beginning. That is absolutely normal. The skimmer hasn't broken in, and it hasn't really developed that slime that the skimmer needs to kind of be able, once the skimmer develops that slime, when this water is pushed into this box, it'll create like a foamy substance that has nowhere else to go but up and into the tower, as you can see. So I have to do some changes to it. You see, like, I moved the air. The good thing about the skimmer is the air valve. You can control how much air comes in and out. You can open it up or close it a little. And I just opened the air valve a little, and what it's doing is that now it's making the foam dance and come upwards and eventually spill over the cup. So this is what makes your skim either wet skim or drier skim. It's a matter of preference, to be honest with you. Whether you skim wet or dry, it's still the same amount of dilution that you're actually getting out of the system. Only that when you skim wet, the organic matter is just diluted in more water, you know. So I tend to like to skim in between wet and dry, but I just touched the skimmer where if I want to, I can raise the water level on the skimmer so that all of this foam that's dancing around can overflow, but I don't want to do that. I want to try to fine-tune the skimmer in a way that see how it's overflowing. You just gotta play with it to the sense that you can get the skimmate that you want, and you can get the skimmer to work the way you want it to work. Now I have to raise the water level on the skimmer a little bit up here so that this stuff doesn't get dirty, and basically it's just gonna be the collection cup. But look at this baby. Just by one minor adjustment, look at the amount of foam that's overflowing into. If anyone tells you that they have this skimmer and it's not working for them, please advise them to call AquaC. They're very helpful with the service. It's all about fine-tuning the skimmer. So 48 hours of operation. Here is the proof of the stuff that it has collected in a couple of hours. So it is suffice to say that this skimmer is a lot more effective than the EV180 that I had, which would probably skim about this much within a 24-hour period. But it's too early to say, you know. I gotta fine-tune it to get it to work the way I want it to work. You can actually, by cutting some of the air, you can minimize the size of the bubbles. There's a lot that comes into play when it comes to fine-tuning a skimmer. But absolutely 100% positively sure, this is a very good skimmer. Those of you that know me, when I do my reviews, I don't lie. I'm very honest and straightforward with everything that comes to you know, this hobby, and I'm really a person that believes that gathering information and passing it on to others is just as important as you know, maintaining the truth when you pass this information to others. So I will make another update of it when I finally got it tuned in and show you guys what to do with it. But here's just a general idea of how good this skimmer is. Of course, the skimmer is 26 inches tall, and it needs just about this much space to remove the collection cup. So in that sense, I had to lower the water level a little bit, and the sand bed is actually a lot. Before it was 7 inches, now it's like 5 inches. So you can see here, this little clown, he's still doing well. He's going on my 30-gallon, so I'm sure he's gonna love that place when I get him a nice little partner, so they can get, you know, down together and with a nice anemone. I'm sure he'll be happy. So all the algae has been moved over here. I've got the water output kind of splashing towards the chaetomorpha so that water doesn't splash out. I've also removed one of the foam pads because having 2 foam pads would mean that this water level would drop a little, and of course I need this area with all the pumps to be able to work my calcium reactor. I'm sorry, my phosphate reactor and my ChemiPure carbon reactor. So this has been, oh, and quickly, I know I got 10 minutes only, but I have to get a brand new light to get it to work properly. So this is NeworkSteelo. I hope you've enjoyed my video. Until next time, peace.